things, and one of the greatest things that I discovered since I started working with the incomparable Mr. Andrew Lessman is a product that he developed called ChocoNuvo. Gorgeous, luxurious gourmet chocolate that is actually better for you. A chocolate that can actually help lower your cholesterol. Well, we asked if Andrew would be a part of the show this evening for a very big reason. Because these moments on air are the final moments until October if you would like to purchase it. Andrew typically is not able to ship in the summer because the chocolate melts. So, real fast, you can choose tonight for the last time. It ends tonight at midnight. That's the cutoff point, as it were. You can choose the 66%, the 74%, or the 91%. The stronger, the darker, as it were. This is chocolate that tastes so good. Well, Mr. Andrew Lessman, I believe, is on the phone. Andrew, so good evening. How are you?
I'm very well, Adam. How are you?
Now, Andrew, are you still in France or are you back here?
No, I'm back here, and I'm hoping that Lincoln and Marcel will behave well enough for the next 15 minutes.
we have a picture of Lincoln and Marcel right there because, Andrew, it's National Adopt a Dog Day, so we've been celebrating our furry friends all night long.
Yeah, well, it's funny. Lincoln was he was a mistake. They think he's a designer breed. He's an Australian Shepherd Poodle, but he was actually an oops. So
they're the best kind.
Someone who was breeding Aussie Shepherds was taking care of a poodle, and Lincoln's litter was the result. So yeah, dogs are our best friends. It's great to give them a home because all they do is give us love. So wonderful thing to do. Well,
I'll tell you the other thing that I know many of us love, Andrew, and that is chocolate. And this was a big adventure for you when you set forth to create ChocoNuvo, right?
It was a kind of a labor of love at home. I've always viewed chocolate as being incredibly healthy. And so we were going to do a capsule that contained a standardized chocolate extract. But then I simply said to myself, dark chocolate is a standardized chocolate extract. And not only do you get the benefits of chocolate, as you would if you were swallowing a pill containing it, but you enjoy it. So the goal for me was not just to make a standardized extract of chocolate, a dark chocolate, but to make one that gave additional benefits. And also I recognized I don't particularly like the dry, brittle texture of dark chocolate.
Right.
I don't like the bitterness. So I tried to create a dark chocolate that was going to be creamy and that wasn't going to be bitter. And the unique thing that we created, which no one else had done before and no one else has done since, is we mixed an ingredient that's approved by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration that happens to look and behave like fat. We mixed it with our dark chocolate, the best organic fair trade chocolate you'll find anywhere in the world. We mixed it with that dark chocolate, and it behaved just like milk fat. Right. Without the calories of milk fat, without the health issues of milk fat, and it delivered the creaminess of milk chocolate in a rich dark chocolate. But best of all, you experience the most delicious chocolate in the world, but it also significantly lowers cholesterol. And I was just reading some reviews online today. I was reading a comment on my blog post today about the incredible, not just incredible flavors that people enjoy, but the surprise they've experienced with their cholesterol results.
Well, there is a lot to get to, and I will tell you, we are very, very busy, so please be patient with us. I can't stress enough, this is the last chance until October to order ChocoNuvo. If you've never tried it before, this is a great time to do it because our pricing really is today's special pricing. But Andrew, this year you wanted to kind of help alleviate the summertime lull by making it a month-long special. Is that right?
Well, what we had done last year is we did it as a Today Special early in April. And what happened is everyone complained who was ordering it at the end of April before it went away that they didn't get the Today Special price because they didn't know, they didn't see the one-day Today Special. Unlike most products, it wasn't going to come back at all at special pricing.
Right.
So what I decided to do was fix that and to do a month-long Today Special. I took the exact same Today Special price from last year. So even though it's a monthly special, it's not at a higher price. It's at the today's special price from last year, and the 300 size is quite intentional, because if you take 2 squares a day, it will last you exactly until October.
Oh, that's
when
perfect.
It comes back. So, and then in October, you can order, we'll hopefully do a monthly special or a today special in October. So you'll only order this at its very best price ever, which is a fraction of the price of a typical gourmet chocolate square. And this is every bit the quality of the world's finest chocolate. Plus, most of the gourmet squares are not organic. Yeah. They're not fair trade. And none of them contain an ingredient that lowers cholesterol and makes it have the best texture of any dark chocolate in the world.
I'd love to give some guidance if I can, folks. If you are watching, and I'm conscious because we're very, very busy, and most people are going for the larger size for obvious reasons because they want to stock up on it. If you're having difficulty choosing between the 66%, the 74, or the 91, if you are somebody that simply is a big fan of milk chocolate and has never really liked dark chocolate, go for the lighter version, the 66. I'll tell you, most people love, the bestseller is the 74%, and if you just love dark chocolate, honestly, go for that 91%. It is not bitter, it is smooth and creamy. Andrew, if I may, can I read just a couple reviews? Because I noticed there's 1,600 5-star reviews there or thereabouts. So since you developed it and launched it, it must be wonderful to see that people are feeling the same way and loving the flavor of it.
And it's only been around for about 2 years, but remember, it goes away for half a year each year. And of those reviews, not the majority, but I think around 75% are 5-star reviews and approaching 90% are positive reviews. But what you always have to think about in America, and I include myself when I say this, most Americans prefer milk chocolate to dark chocolate. Yeah. I was always kind of a chocolate kisses, a Hershey's milk chocolate, kind of a Hershey bar, milk chocolate kind of guy my whole life. Yeah. But with this dark chocolate, because of the creaminess that we've achieved when we help it lower your cholesterol too, it's a pretty miraculous or a pretty fortunate combination that this crazy idea I had just worked out perfectly to make it the heart-healthiest chocolate in the world, and a dark chocolate that even a milk chocolate lover will fall in love with.
It's funny how some of the craziest ideas really do end up being the best. I'll read this review because, Andrew, this speaks to everything that you just said. This is a review that came in and it says, please bring these back, Andrew. Please hurry and bring these back, Andrew. They are delicious and I normally hate dark chocolate. They're so rich and creamy. I eat these along with taking Cholesterol. I just got my blood work back from the doctor and my total cholesterol dropped 40 points and my LDL over 20 points. Please hurry. Then another one. I mean, look how in-depth these reviews are. Excellent test results. I purchased this product last year. I had a feeling it was going to be back this week based upon the program guide. So I went for my wellness screening yesterday. My husband's employer requires an annual screening and we have to pay more each month in premiums. Many of the reviews gave high ratings for the flavor, but I couldn't find very many listing specific results. I was not being treated for cholesterol, but I am in my 50s and my level was 220 at last year's screening. The chocolate is delicious, and I have a hard time limiting myself to 3 squares per day. My test results were better than I could have imagined. My cholesterol is 189, and my LDL has also decreased. Andrew, great tasting chocolate that's healthier, that's helping to lower cholesterol. There's no compromise or sacrifice. It's a win-win-win, right?
No, absolutely. Rarely do things work out as well as this did. And I still remember when I melted the dark chocolate that I had selected. And I tried varieties from Africa, from Asia, from South and Central America, from all over the world, hundreds and hundreds of varieties. And the one I selected from South and Central America, I simply melted it in my microwave at home. And then I just stirred in the plant sterol esters that are the Food and Drug Administration approved ingredient to lower cholesterol, never thinking at all that it would work or that it would compromise the chocolate, but never thinking that it would improve the chocolate dramatically, and that in so doing, we'd make the greatest chocolate that would also be the heart-healthiest chocolate. It was It's rare that I speak about anything in superlatives. I generally tend to be pretty understated.
Right.
But this is a product that I was absolutely astounded that we were able to accomplish, that we're able to take this ingredient. And most companies have forgotten about this ingredient.
Yes.
Because there's a powdered ingredient that lowers cholesterol that is what you typically find in supplements. But this ingredient that I used with the chocolate is about 3 times as expensive. So most folks don't use it, and it's been forgotten about for that reason. But for us, it was the perfect ingredient because it looks and behaves exactly like fat, even though it isn't fat. So it lowers cholesterol. It makes the chocolate taste like milk chocolate or have the texture of milk chocolate.
Yeah.
And our chocolate is not bitter. It's rich, it's creamy, which is why we can't ship it during the summer because it melts too easily when it's very warm out in the summer, 90, 100, 100 plus degrees, even more in a shipping truck. So it has to go away. No one's more disappointed than I am about its having to go away for 5+ months every year.
Well, the one thing I know about you, Andrew, and I know many of your customers know this also, is that you always like to have everything available, so if somebody needs it, it's there. This is that one thing where it just cannot be made available after the end of April 30th. Today is April 30th, and we are 3 hours away from the cutoff point. These are the last moments on television. Just to go over the pricing so you can see it, to Andrew's point, this is really today's special pricing that's been extended for the entire month. This was the pricing that was here while Andrew was here live with us. If you just want to try it, absolutely be our guest. It's the 30 serving, normally $35 today, $24.90, you save 10. 60. I recently bought a 60 count for one of my neighbors so they could try it because I was raving about it. Normally $60. Today it's under 40. You save 20. Most folks this evening are obviously going for the larger ones. The 120 is normally $109.90. Today it's only $69.90. Saves you 40. Since this is the last presentation until October, if you want to go for the 300 serving, it would typically cost $259.90. Remember, this is gourmet chocolate. Today it's only $129.90. That saves you $130, and we're doing that on 4 flexible payments. It sounds intriguing and interesting, but you know, chocolate is one of those wonderful treats for so many of us, and you go to the store in the mall, Andrew, you kind of get sticker shock because it is pricey. It's very expensive.
Chocolate is expensive. The finest chocolate is very expensive. And what's exciting about the Today Special when we get to do this, it's an opportunity for us to make this more efficiently. In fact, we would have already been out of all the sizes for this monthly special, and we're going to have to bring a little bit more in to accommodate all the orders for this evening's last mention of this product. But when you do the math, this ends up being, on the large size, about 40 cents a square.
Right, right.
And gourmet chocolate can cost over $1 a square, and it doesn't contain a cholesterol-lowering ingredient, which on its own would be about the equivalent of more than 50 cents a square. If you consider the fact that this is plant sterol esters, more than $1 a square. So when you really consider that it's not just the finest chocolate in the world, that it's also organic, it's also fair trade, and it also contains a clinically proven and established cholesterol-lowering ingredient that is approved to help reduce our risk of heart disease, that makes this the most powerful and healthy chocolate in the world by far. And most importantly, we formulated it to be low in sugar. If you looked at 26 calories, which is 1 square of our chocolate, versus 26 calories of blueberries,
right,
or even things like cucumbers or onions, ours contains less sugar than any of those healthy foods.
It's really, I mean, but I would expect nothing less from you, Andrew, and I think that's why there's so much confidence. Even somebody that is a customer with regards to vitamins and supplements, there is a trust to know that in this chocolate, it's going to be all good. I'll read 2 more quick reviews. Folks, please bear with us. Our wonderful team members are trying to process these calls as fast as possible. I think people just saw the last opportunity till October at the bottom of the screen, and we're flooded right now. Here's what 2 other people had to say about ChocoNuvo. Tastes great and does help lower cholesterol. I saw this product on Andrew's show around 6 months ago. and thought I would try it because my cholesterol numbers were a bit high. I've been taking it for at least 6 months now. I just got my lab results back and my cholesterol numbers are back to normal. And this was with not even taking it every day. I highly recommend this product to everyone who would like to try and see if it helps them with lowering their cholesterol numbers. The chocolate tastes great and really fulfills your sweet craving too. The last one, total cholesterol went from 202 down to 168. I started taking this last fall when it first launched. It tastes fantastic, and what an improvement in my numbers. My total cholesterol went from 202 to 168 and LDL from 117 to 79. I am a cardiology PAC and have to say I'm impressed. That's from Pasha in Michigan. I mean, Andrew, it's just hundreds upon hundreds, over 1,500 5-star reviews with virtually everybody saying the same type of thing.
No, it's an exciting product. You know, I hate to use the word breakthrough, but there's really nothing else like it in the world at all, nothing else. And what's also exciting, a lot of us have to take cholesterol-lowering drugs recommended by our doctors, like statin drugs, whether it's Lipitor or Zocor or Crestor. All their more fancy names are things like Lovastatin or Rosuvastatin. But all of those medications can be taken with this no problem. This works in your digestive system. This will not conflict at all with any of the medications you might take, even if you're taking something like Zetia. This doesn't conflict with those medications, and all this can potentially do is, with your physician, work closely with your doctor. It could reduce the dosage of the medication you might need to achieve your result, or you'll get an even better result. Right. And for many people, we've read the reviews, working with their doctor, they were able to eliminate the medication completely.
It's an exciting opportunity to try it, and that's the thing. I mean, see how it works for you. Even though it's not going to be on television now until October or available online at hsn.com, please know that when you, even if you order the 300 count because you definitely want to stock up, if you take one bite and you don't love the flavor, Andrew, as you always say, you would want the folks to return it to get a refund, but you really have to try it to experience it.
Yeah, and what's